Right then, hopefully by the end of this video you will see your Isaan wife, your neighbour, and even that smiling street vendor in a completely different way. Besides, not because they have changed, because you will finally realise you were never in the room to begin with. Here is a question. I will give you the answer later. However, keep it in your back pocket. Now, what is heavier? A 20-year permanent residency stamp, or the silence of a Thai family meeting where no one translates the joke for you? Right, let's get one thing straight before we get started. Let me clear the air. This is a story inspired by things I have seen and felt, but it is not my autobiography or anyone else's. You are hearing me, the real deal, not an AI voice. The pictures, yes, those are AI generated, because why not let the machines do the heavy lifting? With that said, I have been in Isaan for 14 years. 14. That is longer than my first marriage back in Manchester, and that one felt like a life sentence. I have a Thai wife, a lovely woman, makes cow soy that could raise the dead. I have a yellow house book. I have a visa that screams, I am not leaving until the buffalo does. And yet, this morning I walked into the village shop, bought some lao cow and those little green chilies that ruin your tomorrow. The old woman behind the counter, known her since 2012, smiled, took my money and said to her daughter, Farang, Kreng Jai, the foreigner eats slowly. Not P. Som Chai eats slowly, not our neighbour, however, the Farang. That, my friends, is the glass wall. Besides, you have been leaning against it for years, thinking it was a window. You have done the work, have you not? You have learned to say Capcom crap without sounding like a constipated frog. You stopped complaining about the heat. You even eat fermented fish without gagging. You think you were integrated. Nevertheless, here is the hidden boundary, and no amount of immigration department queuing will cross it. You are tolerated, not absorbed. Oh, they are polite. Thais are magnificently polite. They will pull up a plastic chair for you at the funeral. They will offer you sticky rice. They will even let you hold the baby. However, when the conversation starts, the one about land, about debt, about which monk said what about the local politician, the language switches to an Isaan dialect spoken at triple speed, and you are suddenly a pot plant with a wallet. Here is the illusion we all fall for. We mistake a long stay visa for a skeleton key. We think a marriage certificate is a birth certificate into Thai culture. It is not. It is a very nice piece of paper that says you are legally allowed to be her financial backup. Because, let us be honest, your physical presence, you wake up here, you sweat here, you die here eventually. Nevertheless, bureaucratic success, the 90-day reports, the re-entry permits, and the glorious moment they stamp your passport again, that is just expensive wallpaper over a brick wall. The glass wall itself is invisible, but you feel it when you try to lean on it. For example, my wife's brother lost a buffalo, a real buffalo, not the metaphorical one we all joke about. The family gathered, they were crying, then loud discussion, then a sudden complete silence when I walked into the room. My wife gave me that smile, the don't ask smile. I asked anyway. She said, my rhetoric, never mind darling. Translation, this is a Thai problem. You are a spectator. You think fluency fixes this? Oh, you sweet summer child. I speak Thai well enough to argue about insufficient chilies. However, Kreng Jai, that beautiful, exhausting social lubricant, that is not a word. That is a minefield. Kreng Jai is the art of not bothering someone, not asking for help, not saying what you really think because it might make the other person lose face. Besides, guess what? You, as a Farang, are a walking face loss hazard. So, they will not tell you that your new shed is ugly. They will just say, up to you. They will not explain that you were not invited to the temple donation because you would ask too many questions. They will just not mention it. Besides, here is the exhausting part. Western logic, the good old A to B cause and effect. If you have a problem, let us solve it. It does not penetrate because Thai decision making is not linear. It is circular, emotional, hierarchical, and deeply silent. The most important word in the Thai argument is never spoken. It is the pause. And you, my friend, are rubbish at reading the pause. Now, let us talk money, because nothing shatters the glass wall like a price tag. Dual pricing. You know it, I know it. The national parks, the temples, the hospital wings with air conditioning. Thai person, 40 baht. Farang, 400 baht. What's more, the excuse is always different service standards. Bollocks. It is a sign, a polite Buddhist, very clean sign that says, you are a guest, guests pay, family does not. You are not family. Your value here, and I am not being cruel, I am being honest, is often tied to your financial contribution. The house, you bought it, or more accurately, you paid for it, and her name went on the deed. The pickup truck, you. The monthly stipend for the grandmother's medicine, you. Your character, your charm, your encyclopedic knowledge of Monty Python. Lovely, but that does not put rice on the table. The Farang label is a permanent category. It overrides neighbour. It overrides uncle. It even overrides husband. In moments of stress, you will hear Po Farang, the Farang husband, more than you simply hear Pa. You are a type, not a person. However, here is where it hurts most. You think marriage or business ownership gets you inside the inner sanctum, the real Thai family unit, the one where decisions are made, where money is lent to cousins, where daughters are told not to marry a foreigner, but they do anyway. You are not inside. You are in the waiting room. I have seen it happen. A Farang friend of mine owns a resort. Married 15 years, 2 kids. Walked into a family meeting about a land dispute. He tried to offer a logical solution. The room went cold. His wife asked him very sweetly to go make coffee in the other building. He made coffee for 2 hours alone. The emotional toll is this. You realize your deepest local relationships, the one you would take a bullet for, still have off-limit zones. What's more, they are not even being mean. They are protecting you because you would not understand. Besides, they are right. You would not. Nevertheless, here is the thing that really boils my piss. After all that, after the glass wall, the silence, the dual pricing, the coffee making alone, I still prefer it to a rainy Tuesday in Slough. So here is the shift, the gear change. Stop trying to become Thai. You never will. You are a pasty, blunt-speaking, queue-respecting oddity from a land of cold weather and worse food. And that is fine. Because once you stop banging your head against the glass wall, you realize it is not a cage. It is a balcony. You get to watch. You get to appreciate. You get to live alongside a culture without drowning in it. The freedom? You are a permanent guest. And guests do not have to fix the plumbing. Guests are not dragged into family debt disputes. Guests can say, oh, that is fascinating, and walk away without losing face. You get the warmth of Thailand without the weight of being Thai. Accept the glass wall. Wave through it. Buy a nice fan. Sit on your porch. Watch the village do its beautiful, incomprehensible dance, and be grateful you are not expected to learn the steps. So, do you remember the question I asked at the start? What is heavier, a 20-year permanent residency stamp or the silence of a Thai family meeting where no one translates the joke? The answer is the silence, because the stamp just says you are allowed to stay. The silence says you will never quite arrive. Besides, that is not a tragedy. That is just truth. Now, if you will excuse me, my wife just shouted that dinner's ready. I will sit at the table. I will eat my somtam. I will laugh when they laugh, even if I do not know why. However, I will not pretend I am one of them. Now, before you go, please hit the subscribe button if you have ever felt like a polite ghost in your own home. Furthermore, tell me in the comments, what was your glass wall moment? The time you realized you were still on the outside. I will pin the best one, and I promise to grumble approvingly at every single one. One last thing. Do hit the like button to keep the grumpy algorithm happy. Right, off you go. Furthermore, do remember, my pen right is not a solution. It is a polite goodbye to your hopes of integration. I shall leave you with this thought. May your glass wall be always clean enough to see through, but just thick enough to keep out all the drama. Sod it, the ice in my beer has melted. Oh, bye-bye.